Hi. So today is December 3rd, which means we get to open our third door in our Advent calendar tree thing. Oh, that's number 4. Let's open number 3. Here we go. Okay. Oh, all right. So, you see what that is? That's a tree. It's not a Christmas tree. It's a tree with some kind of fruit on it. And can you see the green thing? Yeah, I don't know if you can tell in the details, but it's a snake. So, I don't know if you know this story, but I'll share with you. This is one of those bad day kind of stories. So, we talked yesterday about how God made everything, including the very first people. And what I didn't tell you was that those very first people got to live in a pretty special place. They lived in a garden that was just about perfect because it was at the very beginning when God made everything and things were cruising along pretty good. And so they lived in this garden and they had everything they needed to eat. And they could walk around and do whatever they wanted except for one thing. They were not supposed to eat the fruit from this one tree. And the problem was that they got tricked into eating the fruit from that one tree. And when they did, just like when you and I do the things we're told not to do, there were consequences. So God didn't have a timeout spot, and God didn't do spankings, and God didn't make them write, I will not eat that fruit ever again, over and over again. The consequence was that they had to leave this wonderful home that they had where things were easy and they didn't have to work very hard. They could just eat and drink and do the things that they needed to do really easily. And it was time for them, they had to leave. And when they went out into the great big world outside that garden, they were in a place where it was hard. They had to work hard to find their food and to grow their food. And there were dangers that they never had to worry about while they were in this beautiful, wonderful place. And for me, that story reminds me that whatever we do, whether we're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, that there are consequences. That what I do means that sometimes things happen beyond what I can imagine or expect, and that when I do things that are wrong, that I can be forgiven and I can be cared for and I can still be loved, but I have to deal with what happens next. So what does that look like in my life or in your life? Well, it might mean that if I break a rule, that there's some kind of a punishment. I might miss out on doing something that I wanted to do. Or I might have to watch somebody that I really care about feel very sad because of something that I did. What we do has consequences, but what we do doesn't make God love us any less. Because here's the thing, when the people had to leave that wonderful garden, God still watched over them, God still took care of them, and God gave them what they needed and told them what they needed to know so that they could live outside of that perfect garden. And so God's love continues on, no matter whether we are on the right path or we're a little bit lost. God loves us still. So I hope that you can remember that today. Remember that we are made for love and we are made from love. And that even when we make our mistakes and when we do things exactly right, God loves us still. All right, so let's put this one, I'll put that one down here a little bit lower. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good day.